The question says, if D is equals to minus 5I plus 6J minus 3K and E equals to 7I plus 8J plus 4K, calculate D cross E. Find the angle between D and E. Show that D cross E is perpendicular to both D and E. Let's start. Welcome to Academic Daddy's class. Akada in Daddy's class. Alright, to do this, we know that cross product is the one we use determinant. So I will simply say D is equals to E is equals to, I will just say I, J, K. They have this in common. Which means I have another thing, maybe F, still put it. So I will now do, here he has minus 5 plus 6 minus 3. But remember I told you, always go and put this sign here so that you don't forget. This is the sign at the end of the day that your answers will carry. Now, again, here I have, on the E part, I have 7 for I. Then I have 8. Then I have 4. So this is the sentence saying, for I, to solve for I will do J and K. I'll carry the 6, carry the 8, carry the minus 3, carry the 4 for I. J cross I, J cross K gives me I, then plus, that is this plus. For J, I will have value of I and K. I cross K gives me J. So I'll write minus 5, 7, write minus 3, 4, J. Then this minus, this is determinant. We'll still get the mathematics. That's how you do it. So for K, I cross J gives me K. So I'll have values for I and J. Yes. So I, J. So I will now have minus 5, 7, then J, 6, and 8. I want to be sure I do not make any mistake, because most of the time, this kind of thing, you will just be looking, but your eye will deceive you. So for I, J, and K. For J, I, and K. For K, I, and J. Alright, so you now start doing by the left, mark time. Left, this is left, this is right. Left up to down, right up to down, left, right. So 6 times 4 is 8. Yes, 6, 24, Shebe? Yes. Okay, so I now have this way. So I'll come and write 24. Then 8. Let me use my calculator. Don't want stage on this video. So 8 times 3. And notice that this is negative 3. This is negative 3. 8 times negative 3 is going to be. But remember, left, right, you separate left. You separate right from left using minus. So 8 times minus 3 will be minus 24. You keep it one side. Wait for the next action. Plus 5 times minus 5. Left, right. Minus 5 times 4. Minus 20. Minus 7 times minus 3. 7 times minus 3. You have minus 7 times minus 3. Minus 21. Write your G. Now let's move here. We want to do left, right, left, left, right. So 5 times 8 is minus. It will be minus 40. Minus from right. So 7 times 6. 7 times 6. 7 times 6, 42. Okay. So notice that what we now have here is the sentence saying 24 minus 24 plus 24 is going to give me 48. I plus, this is minus 20 minus minus plus. So it's the sentence saying 21 minus 20. So 1j minus minus 40 minus 42. This is the sentence saying minus 82. And minus meeting minus plus 82k. So, and I times j, this is going to be 48i plus j plus k. This is my answer. This is my answer for the cross product. So A cross B. Remember that this thing is supposed to be A cross D cross E is equals to, you get this. You get this. But remember to find the angle between them. So D cross E, this should be D cross E is equals to 48i plus j plus k. But remember that to get the angle between them, that D cross E is equals to magnitude D, magnitude E, then sine theta. So now that I've gotten this, what I will now do in this case that I've gotten this is to simply say, okay, let's progress. Let's move to the next action. So I'll now say to get the angle between them, because remember the question said somewhere angle between D and E, and calculate D cross E. We've gotten D cross E, angle between them. So to get the angle between them, we need to get it. But before we can get it, even if they did not mention, we need to get the magnitudes. We need to get the magnitude, which is this and this. But remember that the angle, the formula we use for the angle is going to be divide both sides by this. So the formula we use at the end of the day is going to be sine theta is equals to D cross E all over magnitude D, magnitude E, and theta is going to be equals to sine inverse of D cross E. D cross E all over magnitude D, magnitude E. So let's go. Let's see what we have. So remember, this is going to be, first of all, yes, we've gotten D cross E. But to get the angle between them is actually magnitude of D cross E, magnitude of D cross E. So this is going to be like this. So let's check here. Know that, okay, yes, see, this should have been this way. This should have been carrying this, yes. So see what I mean. We have P dot Q in this case. That is, you do all the I dot the I, all the J dot the J, and all the K dot the K to give you 1 plus 1 plus 1. Then when you want to find the angle between them, it's now the sentence saying magnitude of the PQ that you've gotten equals to magnitude P, magnitude Q cos theta. And this is going to be the sentence saying cos theta is equals to square all over cos, yes, and you know that this one, this magnitude is also the same thing as saying that is this thing. Okay, let's leave it this way. This thing now that is still here, P dot Q magnitude, is going to now be the same thing as saying square root of P dot Q all over square root of P square, then square root of Q square. So if you know this, you are good to go. So that's the same thing I'm applying here. That's the same thing I'm applying here. So what we now do is sine inverse of this. That is sine inverse of magnitude of D cross Q. Then let's get magnitude of D. First of all, magnitude of D should be equals to square root of minus 5 square plus 6 square plus minus 3 square. This should give me square root of 25 plus 36 plus 9 equals to, I need to be very fast. This should give me 25 plus 36 plus 9. This should give me square root of 70. And square root of 70 is 8.4. The magnitude of E is going to give me square root of 7 square plus 8 square plus 4 square. This will give me square root of 49 plus 64 plus 16. This will give me square root of 49 plus 64 plus 16. Square root of 129. So this should give me 11.36. So when I put this now into this formula, and I know that, okay, let's get the magnitude of D cross E. D cross E magnitude is going to be equals to square root of 48. This is I, which is 1, plus 82k. This is 82k. Notice this one here. So it will be square root of 48 square plus 1 square plus 82 square. Shabi? Yes, there's no minus. Yes. So let's do it. So that 8 raised to power 2 is wonderful. It's going to be 2304 plus 1 plus 82 raised to power 2. 82 raised to power 2 is 6,724. Let's do this again. Yes, okay. So by the time you add it up, it will be 2304 plus 1 plus 6724. So this gives you square root of 9,029. So let's do it. Square root of 9,029 is equals to 95.02. So now this is D cross E magnitude. So you get D cross E, you get the magnitude. So theta, remember theta is equals to this. So theta is equals to sine inverse of 95.02 all over, what we got here is 8.4. 8.4, then 11.36. So when you take this sine inverse, you get your final answer. And remember, let's do it. This will be the same thing as saying 8.4 times 11.36, 95.424, 95.02. So 95.02 divided by 95.424. We have theta to be equals to sine inverse of 0.9958. So do it. Sine inverse of 0.9958. This gives you theta to be equals to, theta is equals to 84.7 degrees. So theta is approximately 85 degrees. So my theta is approximately 85 degrees. This is what I have. So that is the angle between them. That is how you find the angle between them. So it's one thing to find the cross, that is the D cross E, to find the cross product. Another thing to get the magnitude is with the magnitude you work out the angle. So this is what I have. So let's now try to get the last part of the question. They say show that D cross E is perpendicular to both D and E. D cross E is perpendicular to both D and E. This thing means that saying that it's perpendicular means that this now, the product of this with any of this should give me 0. So show that. So let's do it. So I'll simply do my D cross E is 48I plus J plus 82K. Then let's say I have my D first of all. My D is minus 5I plus 6J minus 3K. Alright, that is what I have. So let's check. 5 times 48, 240I, that is I and I now times, and is minus. Now 6 times 1, 6J, 6 times 1J is going to be plus 6J. Yes. Then my 3 times 82, notice is minus 3, so it's going to be minus 82, 82, that is 3 is going to be minus 246K. And notice that the K and K, this I and I, the dot product of this, when they say show that D cross E is perpendicular to both D and E, means that this my D, when it dots D cross E, it should give me 0. So I times I will be 1, or I dot I will be 1, J dot J should be 1, and this K cross K dot K should be 1. So by showing that it's perpendicular means that the dot product should be equals to 0. So that's what we want to check. So 5I times 48I gives me 240, and the I there is 1. I dot I is 1. So notice that I now have minus 240 plus 6 minus 246. So let's check what we have. So this should give me, this should give me minus 240 plus 6 minus 246. Are you kidding me? Something is wrong. Let's try it. So see, we had slight error. This should be plus, this should be minus. So that means that when we did this and we happen to get minus, this should have been, remember that this becomes plus, this is minus. So the slight error is simply that what we have here is supposed to be minus, and what we have here is supposed to be minus. Don't worry if it affects your answer. If it doesn't, because of the fact that we took square roots of everything. So minus minus, so this minus, see what I mean? At the point where we did this should have been minus, and this one is supposed to be plus. That's what I mean. So it's always I minus j plus k. I forgot, sorry. So plus k. So you're supposed to get 48 minus j minus 82k. So this is what you're supposed to work with. If you carry it inside any of this, you'll be right, because square of a negative number changes to plus, so it doesn't affect your answer. After all, it doesn't affect your answer, but it's important you note it. That's why we are doing it. And if you know that, it's important. How I noticed that there's a fault, how I noticed that we have a fault is that this, no matter what, this should always give us 0. So how I noticed is that this particular thing that we did here, at the point where we got here, this is supposed to be minus, and it's supposed to be minus. So that by the time you do 5 times 48, you have minus 240. Then when you do 6j times minus j, is this something that's saying 6 times 1, because j times j is 1, 6 times. So this is supposed to give you minus 6. Then minus 3k plus this should give you plus. That's how I got to know that we are wrong. So this now is supposed to be minus, so that if you do it, it's because minus 240 minus 6 is going to be minus 246 plus 246, which is equals to 0. So it means that we are correct. So the key thing is to remember what brought about the mistake, which is when you're doing determinants, I and j is separated with minus, while j and k is separated with plus. It's not hard to figure out. Once you figure it out, you see that you are still correct. It's just this place that it will affect. So if you go back, or if you take your time and watch it, you are correct.